Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Geeks on Dice. The very exciting possible conclusion of Curse on Dice. If you weren't with us last week, things were pretty dire. So before I get into that, you want to get in, and we lost Jared already.
Yay!
He'll be back soon, I'm sure. So before that, I have a couple announcements for the Geeks on Dice channel. This Friday, August the 31st, Geeks on Dice are I will be hosting Dice on Ice's Connor and Megan talk about their Cryfoth setting, which will be exciting. Be doing that for
Let's
Geeks.
clarify, it's not this Connor, it's a different Connor.
It is a different Connor. I forgot the other Connor Davies, I think is his last name. Second, the Thursday following that, September the 6th, we'll be doing Geeks Talk with this Connor McNeil, of course, Versatile Diecaster, which is also exciting. And then that's all the announcements I have for right now. But I just wanted to get those out there. I also, of course, as every week, want to give a shout out to the Absolute Tabletop official RPG group on Facebook. And with my one-on-one with Tim, I found out that they're actually a publishing group too. Absolute Tabletop is an actual publishing group, which I didn't really realize, or maybe I just didn't know. One of the two. Moving on from that, though, when we last left off, again, the party was in a very dire situation. Stoney is tied up in a spider's web, kind of one of those cocoons where they drag around the corpses that they're going to feed on in a little bit. Dovin is also unconscious and bound up, but has been rescued, kind of, by Krevin. As in, he's still wrapped up in a cocoon of web, but being carried away by Krevin. And there's a couple revenants that have turned their hatred upon Millie and have given chase, and Millie's hiding out on the roof.
Thanks to me.
Staring at what could very much be her last, well, I say sunset, but it's Barovia. They're in eternal
Sun needs
sunset.
to rise before it gets set.
Yeah, that. So, I'll go check back. Sorry, I'm looking at a different page where I have all my notes down now. So I can't see even my own face. But that's okay. I don't need to see my face. So we're going to start not at the house, not during all the chaos. See, Millie, as you're sitting on the roof and just have a feeling that some impending doom is coming, you have a flashback of about 8 years ago when you were still very, very young, and when you were still living on the streets, to a moment when you were kind of stalking a man with a top hat and a triple-breasted coat. Very wealthy looking man.
Someone who looked like an easy mark.
Yeah, exactly. He'd look like he'd be easy to grab. But as you reach out, a man standing next to him, slightly behind him, grabs your arm right before you can grab his coin purse and says, "Hey, what are you doing there, you little brat?"
Whatever I want to.
No, not whatever you want to. It looks like you're very specifically trying to rob this poor man.
That's a matter of perspective.
The man turns around and says, "She's what now? It's a wee thing. Leave her be." And he lets you go. Man says, "I don't get paid enough to be spat on by children." Man says, "Oh, here's another gold if you just turn the other way for a moment." And then he like crouches down to your height, which you as a child is very small. And he says,
Down on his belly.
right? He's almost laying down. And he says, "What's your name, small one?"
Millie.
Millie.
Eli.
He pokes you in the ribs once. Says, "I'm Eli. Um, no need to know my last name, but you look to be starving, young one.
You know, usually when people introduce themselves to children like this, the children don't come back.
I can understand that. Where's your family?
Dead.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
It's been a while.
When's the last time you've ate?
2 days.
Like poor thing. Do you like magic tricks?
Millie's eyes light up.
And he sees the look in your face, and he just kind of extends his hand, and out of his sleeve pops a whole deck of cards. And he does like a little trick for you. One of the ones where you pick a card, and you're holding on to it the whole time, and you put it in your own pocket, and then he shuffles the cards up and flips the top one, and it's your card. Would you like to learn to do tricks for money rather than steal from people?
I mean, I can't really promise we'll stop one or the other, but sure.
Why don't you come to back to my place? I have more than enough food. I'll feed you, teach you a few things.
One second. Jeremy, if I don't come back, don't get near this man.
You have a friend who's also starving.
Ah, Jeremy's a fat ass.
Oh, that's fuck Jeremy. So takes you. All right, he kind of props his cane on his shoulder, and you follow him back to his place. And it's a very large house, and he obviously was not kidding when he said he has plenty of food. Because he immediately sends someone off to make food, and you kind of wait in the dining room, and they bring you out just a. Now, it'd be a feast for a normal person, but for a starving halfling child, it is overwhelming. There's like a chicken almost your size sitting on the table.
So what, a Cornish game hen?
Basically, yes. But he cuts you off some and gives you bread and cheese. And he spends the next several days, because you decide to stay, teaching you small sleight of hand tricks. He even takes you around and shows you how to properly pickpocket his guards. So, I mean, he immediately hands the money back to them, but he shows you the proper ways to do it so you don't get caught every time, like you have been lately. And he teaches you with his cards, and what you enjoy the most out of it, though, is he teaches you with the cards all sorts of sleight of hand tricks. He teaches you the joy of entertaining, and you find out that he was a magician for a traveling circus for years and years and years until he retired, inheriting the circus itself, and he just kind of sold it off when he inherited it. So he's very wealthy. But the thing you enjoyed the most about sitting around is when he's sitting back in his chair at the end of the day, he's smoking a pipe, and he's juggling one-handed 5 balls. And they're heavy metal balls. They're not like the soft, whatever, the rubber balls or whatever other jugglers tend to use to keep themselves from hitting themselves in the head. But he's just tossing 5 in one hand while smoking out of the pipe in the other. And you just sit and watch him do this for hours at a time. And that's kind of the memory that pops up in your head with all this impending doom. And we're back to the rooftop, and you're just kind of sitting on the roof thinking about this, and you kind of snap back to reality and realize those things are back in the house. They're either after your friends or you. What's that?
I said, say what now? I was busy making a music reference.
So yeah, you kind of snap back to reality. You realize those monsters that were attacking you and your friends have gone back inside. So they're either after your friends or you. But the way their eyes change, you're fairly certain they're after you. When you notice from around like a chimney that you're hiding behind, a cart coming down the drive. A single man sitting on the carriage. Lost my place in my notes. So as this cart's pulling up, there's a lot of things happening to Millie right now. As this cart's pulling up, the woman that appeared to you in Strahd's chapel appears. She says, "Millie, you've gotten yourself in quite a predicament here."
Oh, there you are.
Yes.
I figured I'd just climb down when they found me. They didn't look that agile.
Say what now?
So I figured they just climbed down when they found me. They don't look that agile.
Well, I guess you have that going for you.
Yeah, you know. Thank the gods for small blessings.
Well, speaking of the gods, you will soon be part of a greater miracle.
Well, I don't want to be part of a greater miracle.
Well, that's the thing about fate. You don't get to choose what happens.
I'll decide that.
Just kind of glance. You have the book on Sid's book on your person, don't you? Or did you give it to Stony?
I gave it to Stony to read, I think.
Should have established this before game, but that's okay. She stands there for a minute. She says, "I understand you found a book of great importance, one that belonged to a friend of yours not long ago."
Oh, yeah. I didn't understand a fucking word in it.
Well, let it... Find someone who can read it, I suppose, and let it...
How's it? I think he's dead now, though. Tried to save him, but there's only so much I could do.
I understand. I wish you best, you and your friends. Hopefully you find a way out of this. There's not much I can do. I'm sort of...
You're a ghost. You know, the fact that you're here, you're rooting for me, that's pretty cool. So, you know, hey, plus for that. Lots of effort there.
The entire order's pulling for you. Believe me.
Order?
We'll get to that later. Listen, there's another way to kill the monster. There's another way to kill the monsters that are chasing you. See, their souls need to be appeased. They need to be at rest. Figure out what it is that they need, and they shall pass on their own.
Right now, I think they need to kill me.
At the moment, yes. But good luck. I've said all I can say. And then she kind of vanishes in the mist.
Oh, that was fucking weird.
At this time, you look down at the carriage, and there's one guy sitting in the driver's seat, and he pulls around in front of the statue, hops off, he relieves himself onto the statue, unhooks the horse from the carriage, and rides the horse off.
That was also really weird.
Leaving the carriage there.
Do I climb down now, or do I wait for them to find me, then climb down? Decisions.
At this time, you can hear scraping and snarling sounds.
Never mind. Millie is gonna try and crawl as if a spider down the wall.
Roll a acrobatics check, right?
7 plus 6 is 13.
That's good enough for you to get down fairly safely. You're small. If you were larger, it'd be harder. But you get down. And when you get down, I'm assuming you're going straight to the carriage, or you're going in the house and just playing Ring Around the Rosie with these revenants.
I'm going to the carriage, but keeping an eye on the roof. If I can try to trip one of them or something from down here, I will. Just because them falling off the roof would be funny.
Okay, so as you make your way into the carriage, you pull back the curtain, and you see the only thing in the carriage is a single plain wooden coffin with the name Sauna carved into it.
Oh, that's really depressing. You're an asshole.
You want to check it or you want to move on?
Yeah, she's kind of morbidly curious, and she doesn't know if Sana's like ash or just brutalized. So she's gonna kind of
So yeah, you climb in.
tackling hand. So I guess it's more like
So as you start pulling it open, you smell the rot and the decay. You haven't smelled anything like this since the one time you found a body when you were a kid dead in the sewers?
I mean, my parents died of the plague.
Right. Okay, so you haven't smelled anything quite this bad since then. When you finally prop open the lid, there is, where is it at? Inside is a moldered and rotted corpse with the head that was clearly severed at the neck. You also notice that the head, now the body is about the right size to be Sana's, but the head is about a size and a half of hers. It's quite a bit. It's too large to be Sana's head.
Not to mention the fact that she's only been dead for like a day. She shouldn't have rotted at all.
Also, if she died in the fire, she would also be charred, not wet and rotted.
Well, at least I know you're not Sana's buddy. Oh, the fact that somebody went out of their way to kill another gnome or dig one up,
Or a child.
halfling or child, yeah. That's fucked up. I guess I'll investigate further.
Okay. Yeah, roll. Yeah, investigation.
Natural 20.
Natural
I'm
20.
just waiting for you to say what it was. Like, I didn't really care what the check was.
Yeah. Something about the head seems important. You can't quite pinpoint it, but something about this head seems important.
This seems really macabre.
It's also like bleach cleaned. It looks more like this one. The skull sat in the sun for weeks. It's not like a rotted face head. It's an actual just skull.
Oh, if that's the case, then Millie picks it up and just goes, alas, poor York, I knew ye well.
That's what I was.
Bag.
You do what?
If it seems important, she puts it into her bag.
Okay.
Alrighty, so
as you peek out, you see the revenants staring down at you from the rooftop. And
I take a pot shot at one of them for fun.
left or right?
Left.
Roll a hit.
Ooh, pretty good. 25.
That definitely hits.
7.
I'm gonna math real quick. Okay. So we're gonna quickly switch over to Krevin.
Oh no.
Dovin slung over your shoulder. I do recall correctly.
Mm-hmm.
Or are you dragging him?
I was over my shoulder running down the hall.
Okay. So you run down, you look behind you, and only that one spider seems to be following you. What do you want to do? Are you running down the hall, or are you trying to run back downstairs? Where exactly are you trying to head?
I'm trying to get Dovin's body outside.
So you got to go downstairs.
Yeah.
Okay, I should have had this already open to the page. Wait, I do. Kind of. So this part? Yes. Okay. So you're able to get back into, if you recall correctly, you're upstairs, and you're able to run back onto the balcony, but not quite to the stairs in your move. Because I believe when you're carrying someone, you're not allowed to dash, but I'm probably wrong about that.
I'm a monk. My speed is +10, so I move 80 feet.
You're like right at the.
Carrying a large load, like DM discretion usually because the encumbrance rules will just be boring. You go about half speed.
Yeah.
So dashing will essentially just move you your normal distance.
Yes, I'm 40 feet from my.
So it's same to say that you don't have a dash.
Let's. No, so I can't do anything.
Not really.
Intimidate the spider?
You cannot intimidate a spider.
Does it say something monster?
You just can't intimidate a spider. What do you?
I
Hold on.
don't have many options here.
What are you trying to intimidate it with? How are you trying to do it? And then I'll tell you if I'll let you do it or not. Try to do it anyway.
See, make myself more threatening than that. Larger size, bigger appearance, puffing up shoulders.
It's pissed off and you stole its dinner. You can try.
Disadvantage.
Yeah, with disadvantage.
Okay. The worst I can get is critical fail. Okay, that's 15. That is 10.
10 total?
10 total. The disadvantage hit the lowest.
Not good enough. It just kind of lifts its leg up and tries to swipe at you with the end of its movement, but doesn't quite get you. So I lost our actual initiative order because my notebook that had all that stuff has gone missing. I wasn't going to go in an actual initiative order. But everybody's stabilized, right? You don't have to worry about dying.
Stabilized, yes. I stabilized.
Everybody's stabilized, and I mean, we were kind of out of combat and more of a chasing for a minute anyway.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was
If
thinking.
you wanted to, re-rolling initiative wouldn't be that impertinent.
I got a +7, so.
That's kind of where I was leaning, yeah. We should re-roll initiative.
Okay.
Two. Hold on. I gotta find my modifier here. Okay, so 15 to 20 or higher.
Right here.
22. Who said what on the
19.
so Billy. Ten to 15. No one. 5 to 10.
I got 8.
Aren't you unconscious?
Yeah, but still rolling just to have the initiative.
Okay.
Connor, what'd you get?
16.
Oh, you got a 16. You're way up there. Never mind. I don't know if I just didn't hear
Damn,
you.
Yeah,
I was
look at
hoping you were
Snow.
lower than me.
Look at Stony going
Derek,
for
I just
everyone.
wanted to point out that the unconscious gnome nerd is faster than you. Feel shame.
All the shame felt.
To be fair, Dobin is also unconscious.
And he's like rolling in his sleep, rolling away.
So,
Dobin doesn't want to wake up. He's like, this is a nice sleep.
Twice.
right, Dobin is nice and warm, wrapped up in this nice cocoon.
For once, he's the one getting carried, not carrying people. It's pretty nice. Pretty nice.
Wait, is it like sealed?
Not being dragged away by spiders.
Like the top of his head's probably showing.
Oh my god. If I break that silk, it's smell enough to be enough to drive the spider away.
I mean, the spiders already went down there and picked him up.
Yeah, so this is a condensed one. Being held back by the silk.
Look, we've already done the stink bomb gag.
Try eating the spider.
Try eating the spider. Okay.
I hear
You know
they
what?
taste like fish.
I shall become stronger than the beast by eating the beast.
So Kevin, you are first, and you're basically in direct combat with this one spider. There are another 8 of them somewhere in the house.
I know, I saw 8 of them. Remember? They're all there. When no one chased me was this one. They're all just right down the hall in that little
Oh, I forgot to
hall.
roll spiders initiative. Ah.
Maybe I'm not first. What's his initiative? What's his dexterity bonus?
Sorry, guys. Shoot a DM here.
Did he just roll a nat 20?
Did I rolled it? Just be glad it wasn't a nat 20 on his attack. Giant spider. +3. He goes first. Alright, guys. This is exciting, watching the DM type stuff. Why did I close that page? Okay, where's your pointer? It is. And I crinkled the page. Okay, so as it reaches your feet, it's going to lunge and it's going to try to.
Kill me.
No, it's going to try to hit you with its web.
Ah, fuck.
Okay. So, does a 9 hit your AC?
No.
So as it lunges and you see its butt kind of stick towards you, and some web shoots out, straight up like Spider-Man, but out of the ass. And then it lands just off to your left. And it's your turn immediately after.
Okay. Well, let's punch it. Punch it in its
Do you have any key points left today?
No.
No, you're fighting the Revenant, that's right.
No, this is Revenant. I used all my key points. Have anyone else?
Right.
I don't have any.
It's a short rest, but you haven't really had time.
4 is 15.
That hits.
Okay, second one. This 4 is 21.
Also hits. You only get the 2 attacks.
No, this is my damage roll. 4 on the first one. And 6 on the other one, so 10 damage.
Well, he gets his bonus action attack.
I have a bonus action attack? Oh, yeah.
Oh, wait. You already used it. Sorry.
No, I'm a level 4, I
We're not
guess.
level 5. We're not level 5.
That's at level 5.
Oh. Yeah, okay, 10 damage.
So you punchy it, and it doesn't really do much.
Unstoppable thorax.
Millie, you're outside the building. Revenants have definitely turned to head back down the house again. What do you want to do? Do you want to go in? Do you want to go around? Do you run away? What do you want to do?
Yeah, if the Revenants are going back down, at least been getting pretty comfortable with this wall. So yeah, she's just gonna wait for them to make some distance and then climb back up.
You're gonna hold your action for this turn?
Yeah.
Okay. You're such a dick, by the way.
I never thought I was gonna get to use second story work, but it's being really useful.
Thank Revan for the wings for a temporary time.
Revenant's making his way down. Stony and Dovin are unconscious. Revenant 2 is making his way down. Back to the top with the spider. And it's going to try one more time to shoot the web at your feet and try to get you caught up. With no luck.
Okay.
You kind of sidestep just as the web lands.
Keep punching him in the thorax. Plus 4, does 14 hit?
Yep.
Okay. Does 13 hit?
No.
No? Okay,
13
the
does
second
not
one
hit.
misses. 4 damage.
Nicely done. Millie. You're kind of, I'm guessing I imagine you're hanging by the window, not standing in the doorway.
Yeah.
You got your little feet dangling in the air, scraping at the side of the building, trying to stay in the air, look through the window.
Pretty much.
Yeah. And you can see them as they reach the top of the stairs and start making their way down on your turn.
That was quicker than expected.
Yeah. Gotta move this along a little bit. I'm guessing you want to go up.
Oh, no, because they're just going to be able to make it back up there the next turn.
That's true.
So I'm kind of fucked.
All right, hold on. Let me map out the way to the roof and. No, next turn they'll be down. So you're just kind of staring at the top of the stairs, waiting for them to show up. They're not quite there yet. And move them on your turn, not their turn. So again, you're staying your action.
Yep.
How long are they unconscious for, by the way? Dovin and Stony?
Hours.
Hours.
So again, Revenant's coming down. Stoney's coming down. Or Stoney's unconscious. Dovin's unconscious. Revenant's coming down. Back to the top. This time with the spider being frustrated now, visibly spider frustrated. I don't know how you can tell, but he is.
They don't have facial
It's
expression.
hissing louder than it was before.
Exactly. See, Connor knows.
Do I hear the Stony in a distance saying this in his sleep?
You hear the lessons Stoney's taught you since he's been here, reverberating in your head, and it's gonna lunge at you and try to bite you.
That hits.
Does a 24 hit?
Yeah, it hits.
Bet you're wishing it was the web now.
It does more than 19 damage.
1d8 plus 3. Oh, not that one. With 4 points of piercing damage.
Well,
Yep,
okay.
that's 4 points of piercing damage. You need to make a DC 11 Constitution saving throw.
15.
Okay, you take half damage.
I'm gonna take half.
No, you take half damage on this poison saving throw.
How many dice is that?
So that's
15.
7 poison damage.
Guys, on my turn, I'm down, so
You're still up.
barely.
Excellent, but the edges of your sight are starting to get really dark. As you can feel your consciousness is starting to slip. It is your turn.
Okay. The thing I can't do is punch it. I can try to disengage, but it's gonna catch up to me. I can't carry Dovin and run at the same time.
Basically.
Okay. Properties of the person. First one misses, so I don't get my second attack.
Oh no. So the poison's making you, it's working through your body quickly, and you're starting to feel sluggish
Mhm.
with your attacks. And on your next attack, you know you're gonna have to compensate for that. Really, now you can see them reaching the top of the stairs.
So I will hold my action to dash it, well, climb the wall for when they break their way like out of the door.
Okay. You see how big. Okay, so with their dash action, what you could do, because by the time they get down the stairs and across the room, won't be this turn. On this turn, they have to make their way to you. You can take a pot shot at one of them, and then on your next turn, you
Yeah,
can.
if it doesn't look like they'll be able to make it to me, yeah, I'll do that instead.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd down for that.
Looks like
I'll
you can
take
make
that
it
as well. So I'll hold my action for pot shot.
Okay, so as they're just. Are you rolling to hit?
Yeah, for when it comes around.
Okay. So yeah, it is the first one. It is their turn now, I should say, because everything moves at once. They come down the stairs and halfway across the room by the end of their turn. And just meta, you know, next turn they'll reach you and be able to attack you. Because they always know where you're at.
Yeah.
Yeah, Revenants are fun, apparently.
Hot shot was 15.
Yeah, that hits.
Oh, damn, too. Plus 4 for 6.
6 damage?
Yeah.
You can do this all day and eventually beat them, but it's going to take a long time. And back to the top, Spider's turn. Now that it sees you're moving more sluggish, it's once again going to try to web you in place. Does a 15 get you? So, finally, it strikes your legs, and it quickly like crawls over your body and spews web, holding your arms in. You're unable to attack your for all purposes. Restrained.
I'm dead next turn.
You can still attack when you're restrained. You're just at disadvantage.
Yeah.
Okay. Do it.
It is your turn, and you can make it out of here with the strength check if you want.
Yeah, it's good.
No, you can't.
Or you could try to beat it up with disadvantage.
Good. If you hit your first one, you get another try too.
Okay, but that's second's gonna be disadvantaged as well.
Yeah.
Yes, let's do it. I missed.
What did you get?
2.
Yeah, 2 doesn't hit. So you knew you had to adjust this time because you've been slowed down, and as you go to do it, you realize, oh shit, the web's holding you back a little too firmly. Millie, I'm assuming this is the turn where you want to start climbing the bonus action dash up the wall.
Yeah, just kind of look over at him. Meet.
How high did I say this was? 30 feet in the air?
Yeah.
To the roof? So yeah, you can pretty easily make it up to the roof if you wanted.
I will give it a shot.
So, okay, yeah, roll your. You can use at either or acrobatics.
It's good either way. That's an 18 plus. If it's athletics 2, if it's acrobatics 6, so it's 20 or 24.
Okay. So you can. Now, when you climb, you move at full speed, right, with your feet.
Yeah.
Okay, so you can climb up, and if you want, you can run to the peak of the roof and take a look around at your surroundings if you want. Or you can stay over the ledge and watch for them.
I'll stay over and watch for them.
Okay.
That way, if they pop out, I can maybe plink them before they go back inside.
Okay. So to them, you just kind of up past the window. Or you wouldn't have done it right in front of the window. You would have gone over like 2 steps. And you go straight up the wall. But they don't. They kind of, because of their sense, they know that you went up. But they want to make sure that you're not like on top of the roof. They both pop their heads out real quick to you and then turn around and begin heading back in. And
Oh, easy.
this has got to be real fun for Connor and Jared right now.
Yeah. Just sacrifice Dovin. Save yourself.
Sorry, guys. Like I'm following the strat. While I can.
Don't worry. As long as at least one of us remains alive, it's not the end.
It's gonna try to bite you. I'm sorry.
No, you're not.
I really am. I'm just playing the monster. It should be played the way it should be played.
There goes my health.
And I will always.
Puts you down, don't it?
I have 1 HP left. I gotta make a Constitution save, which I will not survive.
So that's what is the number? Where's that?
You said 11
That's
or higher.
10 damage.
Oh, I'm down. I'm down.
Should I make him do the Constitution save?
I can't do anything. You've knocked me out the bite.
I know, but the amount of damage might actually kill you. What is it? Twice your.
What's your total health?
I took whatever's health. I'm in death saves. I can't even see my health.
So, like, what's your health when it's full?
31.
31.
It's
How
two.
far? How much health did you have when you took that hit?
8.
8.
You had 8 damage.
You say to 10, right?
I did 10. Yeah,
Yeah. So that's my -2.
you're at -2.
You would need to be able to do 29 damage in poison.
Never mind. It's not even worth it then, because you're all right. Because I can't do it.
Although I don't know how the poison works, so it's up to you whether or not it causes a failed save or not.
But, well, the way I think of it is the piter.
Like if it's all just total damage for the one attack, then it's just the attack that puts him down. But if the poison like kicks in after the attack, then it might cause a failed save.
The way I think of the poison is really to paralyze them. And it says right here, if the poison damage reduces the target to 0 hit points, the target is stable but poisoned for 1 hour. So the poison wouldn't kill you anyway.
Then it would.
Poison.
It was the bite that killed you. That's the difference.
Yeah. So
No, the poison's still going to go in though.
Yeah,
So I think you can still stabilize.
but it does say. It does
it's a
say if the
reducing to
poison
0.
damage reduces you to 0.
That wasn't point damage. That was bite damage.
It was the
Yeah,
piercing.
but he's still going to take the poison damage either way. It's not like it doesn't use its poison just because he's knocked out.
I'll roll a Constitution save at disadvantage. I think that's what I got to do.
I'll do this. If you pass your Constitution save, then you're paralyzed, not dead. Fair enough.
Okay.
Oh shit.
I mean, at this point, what's the difference?
I got disadvantage on that.
Huh?
Disadvantage or normal?
Nah, just
Normal
normal.
17.
So yeah, you pass the Constitution save. So
I'm unconscious.
your body goes stiff, and you can't move it, but you're still
Well, I tried to save
you're
everyone.
paralyzed. So you're fully aware of what's going on around you, and it occurs to you. Oh wait, no, Stony and Dovin were unconscious before that. Never mind.
Yep.
So Millie,
I try to help everyone.
as we get back to your turn, you don't have to make any death saving throws either. So Millie, as you get to your turn,
Lily will try and Rambo you guys out of there if she can.
you feel the sinking
We're going to be
feeling in
devoured.
your heart.
We're going to be eaten.
You know the revenants have gone back in. Now we can do this all day, where you go up and down, and kill them. You will eventually whittle them down, but it's going to take like hours. Plus, I'm pretty sure you'll be out of ammunition within the next like 10
And we're going
rounds,
to be
right?
eaten, so.
I have 41 bolts left.
Yep. Oh shit.
Yeah.
Did you forget that we raided an armory? I think.
Yep. And you let us all take a quiver or something. I was like, hell yeah.
That's right.
There's nothing in there I could use, so I didn't take anything.
Okay.
But no, Millie's thinking it doesn't seem like there's a lot of time left, and it took him a second to get up here, so she's gonna actually try and find how they got up here and go down that way to see if she can find a different direction to go.
Okay. So you're up to the peak where you're pretty sure they came up from over, and you can see as you look down, there's this. You can see the spires on on your left side. You see the weird shape of the chapel on the other side. You see where almost where the chapel and the rest of the building connect. There's a window with glass spread out all over the ground. It looks like they've been crawling through that window. Roll a perception check, real quick. Well, you have a 16 passive, so I'm just gonna let it go.
I mean, if you want the roll, it's higher.
All right. Well, there you go. If you look off to the left, I gotta find it out here. There's another thing that's outside here. You see a tarnished, silver-plated. You see a small, squat building with tarnished silver-plated gargoyles shaped like dragon wormlings clung to the stone tile roof of what you take to believe a mausoleum with a with a marble door. But there you see a mausoleum. You see a small graveyard that it's in, which is right next to the chapel. Of course, there's the crushed remains of what's left over on the other side. You also notice to your far right, there's a big ball of web with a spider hunched over it, and it's just watching you. It's not making any move, but it's watching you.
So, all right, sorry. Which direction does it seem like the revenants will be coming from?
Okay, so let's say you're standing right in the middle of the building, okay? Directly in front of you, facing towards the back, down about 10 feet, you see a window where they've been coming out. To your right, about 50 feet, you see a big ball of web with this spider. And then everything else is to your left.
Okay. I have an idea. Using my thieves' tools and the wire I have in my burglar's kit, I think. Let me double check that. Otherwise, this doesn't work. String, same general idea. String and ball bearings. Okay, yeah. So using my oil, string, ball bearings, and thieves' tool proficiency. Can I set up a trap at this window that might make one of them just fall straight out of it all the way to the ground?
You could attempt such a thing. I'm trying to think of how this would work. I don't know how you roll to set up a trap.
I think there's a thing in Xanathars.
I mean, there's a thing in the DMG as well, but I don't have that at hand.
I do have Xanathars at hand. Because I may or may not have been picking spells should I die. Thieves' Tools. Set a trap just as you can... it says it would normally take a short rest. I don't know if I'd have time then.
Well, 15 seconds is not a short rest.
Yeah, no.
Otherwise, I would let it go.
Yeah. All right, so toss that.
If you could find a way to bar them out, I might be able to give you enough time. I have to figure out which room I'm talking about.
No, I think I'm going to move towards the chapel to check on the others.
Okay. So you can't really see anything inside, but as you approach like where the L is for the chapel, sorry any viewers. In our group chat, I posted a picture of what the basic layout is. The actual floor plans in the book. You guys want to look at that? Sorry, Jared, you can't see it.
What's the chapel number?
What's that?
Is the chapel the one with the 6 pillars in it?
The chapel is the one, yeah, the Q13.
Yeah.
But from on top of the roof, you might be able to see through like one window. You can see a spider crawling over a Kevin-sized ball of web at this point.
Mm-hmm.
With another slightly larger body laying next to it.
Okay, so different idea, just as cool though. Can I? Is there anything nearby that I can tie a rope to?
Gargoyle.
From the vantage point where you're at, I'm gonna say it's like right next to that window that they've been crawling in.
Yeah.
You look inside and you can see there's. Okay, guys, this is not in the book. I'm helping, but you
If
see
there's something on the roof that I can tie myself to, I could use my fast hands action to tie myself to the rope and rappel through the window. So next turn I could fire at the spider, and then cut myself from the rope and start climbing down.
there's nothing really on the chapel that you could tie.
All right.
I was fully behind what you were doing. I knew what you were gonna do. I wanted to
There's
be.
nothing I can tie. The no Ramboing.
I'm sorry. I really wanted that to work.
I would try to Rambo for you guys.
All right. So what do you want to do here?
I'll just climb through the window.
Okay. Climb on the window. The room is mostly sparse. There's a fireplace that obviously has not been used in a couple decades. There's a bed that it's mostly rotted, and there's like moss growing up the side of it. The blankets are molded. And there's a smashed pieces of table to one side, but the door is just swung open, like it's ajar. It's not broken down or anything.
Do I have enough movement to get to the door?
I'll say yes, because it takes their next turn to even get to the room. So,
All right. If the door has a lock, I want to shut it and lock it.
okay, you swing it shut, and it's got one of those heavy iron slide locks. But as you feel it, the door feels really spongy. It'll slow them down for a second, but not for much.
All righty. It's something.
Yeah. Okay. So that'd be your turn. Brings it back to their turn. And their turn, they reach the door. And they don't even come in the room, though. They just stand outside the room. Like they're waiting for you to come out.
Who is it?
You don't hear anything, just the weird heavy breathing of the undead. I've never understood why the undead breathe that weird raspy thing, but they in every movie I've ever seen they do. Not like they need the air.
I don't know.
Maybe it's more like muscle memory from when they were alive.
Probably. Probably. That's kind of what I was thinking too.
Makes more sense.
All right. So this is a little macabre.
Oh boy.
But can I set up a really quick trap that would involve using the skull, the string, and an oil?
Are you about to light the skull on fire?
Oh, I was going to put the oil in the skull's mouth with the cap open, tie the skull up to the top with it braced against the door, so if they did open the door, it just kind of opened and spilt the oil all over them as the jaw opened. Kind of just the eraser trick, but a little bit more macabre.
So you're doing it hastily. And they seem to be giving you a second to do something, so...
And I got my extra use an item action with my fast hands.
Yeah, it's not like a full extended trap that would take your short rest. So I'm going to say... And it's using Thieves' Tool, so it would just be like a normal Thieves' Tools roll, right?
Sure.
Okay.
I think so, yeah.
Which is just what, your roll plus dexterity modifier or something like that, plus proficiency?
Dex plus proficiency at the moment, yeah. And the total of my check becomes the DC for someone else's attempt to discover or disable the trap. So,
Your check becomes their DC?
yeah, so that's a 19 on the die. Metal die for the fucking win tonight. So 25.
Okay, so you set up this interesting setup. and you rip off a piece of the molded cloth from the bed and you tuck it in there, kind of like a Molotov, but it's lit. That way, like it doesn't, just the oil doesn't. Just,
Yeah. And then I'll stand by the window. So
Yeah,
if they come through the door, I can try and run away.
as you get closer to the window, you can hear them start getting riled up and start banging on the door.
Hold your horses. So fucking needy.
You don't like the weight.
I need you to die so I can save my friends.
That's not very polite.
Like, could you just do that for me, please?
So, as you say that, I got to make a strength check for them. So yeah, before you know it, the door kind of explodes, splinters going everywhere, and as the oil swings out and it dumps over, the rag falls out with the flame. The oil pours right next to it and lights. The first one that walks in is engulfed in flame.
Ah! Crawl, 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 crawl.
Which looks really cool, but you also quickly realize you just lit a monster on fire and it's chasing you.
You win some, you lose some.
I gotta roll percentile to see if he sets the house on fire.
No, I'm dying.
And I'll give it a 50-50 chance.
Don't let it hug you.
94. So, or wait. 64. So
Is high good or low good?
I was gonna say high is good.
Okay.
I always say high is good. So
Da, 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 da.
yeah, the flames are traveling up, and the oil that sits on the floor is not lit, but it becomes difficult terrain for the one walking behind it. But it's on fire, and I'm gonna say it takes 2d6 fire damage every round.
All right. Was that all they could do to get through the door?
No.
Well,
You're using
the
high.
one took its action. Will you stop giving me my d6s? Jesus. I mean, it is the end of the one took his action to break the door down, so all he can really do is walk across the room. So I'm gonna say it's the first one. We'll roll d6 damage. 11 points of fire damage on it. The next one's got to walk across difficult terrain. He's walking quickly. He slips, falls prone, gets back up. But he's moved at half speed for across the room. And you already dipped out of the room, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So it's back to your turn. You're outside. You're on the roof. Once again, you can see through the window of the chapel. Well, you see a body laying on the ground, which you presume to be a body laying on the ground. The other one has disappeared.
I really don't have time for you two. Things are looking pretty dire for those three.
I'm hoping the feeling of impending doom is real for all you players.
Mhm.
Like, I've provided ways for you guys to get out of this, but, there's only so much I can do.
I had no idea what to use that skull for, so I was just like, maybe if they see the skull.
No, they don't do anything about the skull.
I'll get it later. If I'm not dead.
And if the house doesn't catch fire.
All right, top of the roof right where I'm at.
Yeah, you're like right outside the window on the roof.
I dump my ball of ball bearings right on the edge where they're going to try and climb out, back up, and get ready to fire a shot at the first person to come up.
Like on the sill? And then you're going to like pop around on top.
The other side of the roof, yeah.
Okay. Okay, so
The balls there, I think like a DC 10 dexterity save or something. I don't think it's a lot. But they might fall off the roof. That's up to you.
Well, the first one you start hearing some of the ball bearings slide down the roof. You rolled a 3 plus 2. So as he climbs out, he slips off and rolls down while on fire off the side of the roof.
Suck on that, motherfucker.
He's going to take 5d6 damage this round. A D6 for each 10 feet of falling, plus the 2d6 fire. Just so everyone understands that. That's a lot of ones.
You win some, you lose some.
And tonight you burn to death.
I mean, it definitely helped. That's 5, 8, 12 damage. Well, most of that damage was fire damage. So that number minus 12. Way to go, fucking team player. That one slides off, and the next one begins crawling out. And like I said, the ball bearings were slid out when he
Yeah, I figured. One time thing.
and then he pops around the corner. And as he pops around the corner, you said you held your action, so you could pop your shot right now.
Yeah. Ooh, 7. No, 8.
Yeah, that's not gonna do it. You said whizzes right past them.
Motherfucker.
You're too busy laughing at the dumbass that just fell while on fire out the window. But I'm assuming
Bonus action, I want to climb halfway down the other side.
okay. Yeah, that's 15 feet. So
That way I'm like 15 feet away from either area, because there's the one who just hit the ground, and I don't want him to just be able to immediately run to me.
Well, that kind of fell in the graveyard that I talked about. So he can come in through the chapel, but he's behind the house. If you back up and go down the side of the house, or wait, yeah, you can back up and like go down halfway down the house with a movement and bonus action as we get to your turn, because you held action last time.
Yeah.
So with your movement and dash, you can move the 45 feet you need.
And bonus action dash if I need to.
Yeah. So you can easily get there, and you can get to like the front of the house, so you have the whole house in between you and the one that fell. He's on the ground. You have
Right.
the roof.
Yeah, I see where that is, and the other's on the roof.
Yeah. The graveyard is in between the main part of the house and the little building you can see up to the top right. If you're looking at the picture.
Alrighty. Quickly running out of interesting items to use to save my skin.
I'm not gonna lie, it's been pretty effective.
Rogues, man. This is what they're for.
You've got one about half dead now, I will say.
Woo!
So that's your move, right?
Yeah. I really hope I have like an hour before they eat you guys.
You don't know.
Or at least an hour before they finish eating Dovin, because he's really big.
All right.
Wow, the hate there.
Hey, that means if I get there before an hour, I can save you. You're sturdy. You only need a little bit of your juice.
So it takes us 15 feet of movement. It takes not quite in the chapel, but it takes 2d6 fire damage. That's another 7 points of fire damage. Bernie. The other one can make its way to the ledge, and it's just kind of looking down at you. It hasn't moved back to the building yet. It looks like it might actually be thinking.
Oh, that's dangerous.
But it's just staring at you at the end of your turn as you're dangling there off the roof.
From my memory, was that wine cellar made of stone primarily? Like unlikely to conflagrate the rest of the house should it catch fire?
Nope, it was wooden, I do believe.
Ah, damn. Keeps wine cellars. What bad for the wine?
The oil on his shoes plus the stone cobbles. His feet slide out from underneath him, and he also falls down the building. It takes 3d6 bludgeoning damage as he impacts the ground.
The Three Stooges.
I mean, one of them's dead, so the two Stooges are left, but yeah.
Well, I'm the other Stooge, except I'm just violently playing around with the two that are trying to catch me.
So as he
when Mo smacks Curly with a frying pan.
He lands on his back and he's staring up at you.
Staring down at me, you mean?
No, the one that he slid right off the roof with the oil on his boots.
Oh, well, I'm on the ground floor too, aren't I?
No, you were halfway. Remember?
I thought I went all the way down.
You said you wanted to stop like 15 feet
But
down.
you said we could get all the way to the front entrance, so I went all the way to the front entrance.
I mean, you could drop all the way to the ground and be at the front entrance if you wanted. Yeah.
He dropped on the other side of the house.
The one dropped on the side of the house, but the other one just climbed onto the roof because the ball bearings were knocked out and walked across the roof.
Oh.
That one slipped and fell down because you said you were 15 feet. So
It doesn't make a huge difference then because I'd be going back up the wall anyway.
Gotcha. Well, it is your turn. Sorry, guys. I know this is real exciting for the rest of you.
I'm really sorry.
I think it's intense.
Disadvantage, but I'll take a pot shot at the prone one.
Okay.
Since we'll say I did make it to the ground floor, and if I want to go back up the wall, I have to climb it. Actually, not bad. 14.
That hits it.
Oh, cool.
That pierces the leather armor.
12. Max damage.
Well damage. Nice. That's that number. That one is also
Bonus action dash up the wall. Hopefully, I don't fail the check. That's pretty good. That's a 15 on the die.
Yeah, you got there. I'm going to say that all this XP will go to everybody if you survive.
That's my goal. Keep y'all alive. But if you all die, I want it all for myself.
Does anyone even know where Stone
Another
is?
level.
It's just like everybody comes back in at level 5. It's just like, what's Millie? Level 8.
Okay.
Does anyone even know where Stony is?
Soon. We will find you, Stony. I have faith.
But will it be before or after the spider
Well-
eats me?
The monk knew kind of where you were going, and now he's unconscious. So I have to find you.
No, I'm conscious.
Millie, that previously described web on the roof, that ball of web that the spider was standing over, was right about Stony size.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll just do a personal roll to see if she can even put that together.
Being
That'll come about next time it comes about. You guys can find out the results of that roll then. Find out next on Dragon Ball Z.
Okay, so you took your turn. Revenant's turn. He's climbing up. He's climbing. How big are these squares again? 10 feet. Right there. So you just made it to the second floor. I'm out on fire. I'm eating jalapeno chips. That's why I'm drinking so much.
You know, the Revenant's on fire too. So
What's that?
I said
Yeah.
the Revenant's on fire too. So
Share your muscles.
It's another 7 points of fire damage. He is being whittled down by his dumbassery.
and Yorick.
The next one takes us 15 feet of movement to get up. 45 feet. Back into the building. You land here, so So he disappears into that building as well. And you're up there once again with 2 turns before they get to you.
2 turns?
That's what I've been giving you. Really? If you follow the map, it's actually like 5 turns. But
4 items that are actually useful here. Action. Hammer and piton. Bonus action, fast hands, use item. Hammer piton into the roof. Next turn. Bonus action, wrap rope around piton. Repel through window. We get to Rambo because I have a piton to keep the rope down now.
Hold on, are you going through the chapel window or are you going from where you're at?
Chapel window where I saw the spider dragging somebody.
Okay. So, with that, as you swing in there, hold on, I gotta roll his damage first because you took the one turn. So
9 pitons left. Climbing tools.
So as you swing and crash through the window, the mostly broken window, glass scattered to the ground, making all sorts of noise. When you land next to the body, you can smell the Dovin on it.
You need me to roll to not get fucked up if I'm landing on the ground?
No. You're a very dexterous person. I'll let you go. Let it go this time.
Okay.
But you can hear the snarling from the monster right around the corner as its head to walk directly past where you're at, and you can kind of see like the singed flesh on the floor, pieces of fell and burnt off, and you can hear him literally right around the corner from where you're standing over Dovin.
All right, what do I have left to this turn? My action?
Was that your action or your movement that you would have took?
To go through the window? That's up to you.
I'll say it was movement. So there's like 15 feet of movement, same as getting out, I guess.
I'll start moving towards the stairs to that balcony, since he's going to have to walk all the way back to the stairs and come up the stairs.
Okay, to clarify, Dovin was upstairs on the balcony, so he's on the second floor. If you're swinging into Dovin, that's where you'd be.
So I'm already there?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, cool.
The monster is also already on the second floor right around the corner.
Can I move far enough to see him?
Yeah, you can peek around the corner real quick and see him moving back towards you.
Pot shot. Sorry, D8. Didn't mean to do that to you. 22.
That hits.
7 plus 4 is 11.
He's looking rough. All right. With that, it's his turn. He's moving closer towards you. In fact, with that, he can move close enough to actually hit you. I do believe this is the one that had no weapon. So he's going to try to punch you twice. Melee.
He was able to get all the way up the stairs?
He was already
To the balcony?
He was already upstairs with you.
Oh. Okay.
Oh no, and it's sworn vengeance against you. Really hope it doesn't hit.
It's gonna hit.
13?
13 doesn't hit.
And its second attack. 24.
Yeah, just barely.
How many hit points do you have?
32.
Okay. Well, that was 25 points of damage if I take the average.
Ow. That sworn vengeance thing's mean.
Yeah, it adds another 14 or 46 bludgeoning damage.
Jesus.
Yeah.
I'm okay with taking the average. If you roll, you might kill me.
As it does that, you can see the other one coming up the crest of the stairs from across the hallway. This would be a lot easier if I had rolled 20. But it doesn't quite, that one can't quite make it to you, but it is your turn. Actually, I got to roll fire damage on the first one first. Now you're getting a lot of 7s. Not quite dead. But it is your turn. If you want to get the hell out of there, no one would blame you.
Bonus action, disengage, action, pot shot, and then run away.
Okay, so you get 30 feet away, right?
Well, Well, there's a window nearby. I'm honestly going to dive out the window.
There's still a rope dangling off the roof from the window you just dove in.
Okay, then I'll just go back through that.
Okay, you're gonna climb up or slide down?
Important. Slide down.
Okay. You slide down on the ground, and you like. I'll even say like you take your pot shot as you. Nope.
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah, that's all I was asking is if I was still getting to take the pot shot.
Being all epic.
8 plus 6, 14 again.
That also hits.
5 plus 4 is 9.
9.
9.
Yeah, there's a group name after that number. Did you know that?
I might have heard of them.
All right, back to the Revenants. 15 feet.
Yeah, I was hoping I would get them.
15 feet over to the door, which would be right next to where you rappelled down. So you can hear him coming almost through the door if he takes his full dash action. The other one is upstairs, can see you out the window, cannot move down to get you yet. He's going to take his fire damage. There is one where you slid down. There's a door like directly to your right, like right in the L of where the building meets the chapel. If you look at the map, you can see there's little steps that go straight into the chapel.
Alrighty.
Oh, no, that'd be a window. Yeah, never mind. But he would have made it 5 feet outside. I'm looking at the wrong part. He takes 9 points of fire damage.
Does that finally finish it off?
Does not, but you're close.
Ah, damn it. Ah.
You're so close. It is your turn again.
Can I see it?
Yeah, it's almost right in front of you. Like where you landed, it's right up, right like 10 feet away from you.
Spit some blood out of my mouth. If it's looking pretty bad. Fuck you.
Roll the hit.
And movement and bonus action dash away. 23.
Oh, so hits.
9 damage again. 9.
As you hit it this time, the whole body kind of snaps back and bounces off the door frame. It's not quite down, but you have a feeling it's not long for this world.
Oh, the fire does it before it gets to me. But
It's being slowed.
However far I was, plus 40, 50 feet away, so at least they won't be beating on me next round.
Right. So, their turns. You said you moved 50 feet away?
Yeah.
You're still on the ground, though, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Which direction did you go? Because if you look at the map, you can
Is there still am I in the graveyard at this point, or
yeah, you would have rappelled down into the graveyard. If you look at the map, there's the spiral staircase inside the chapel. Then there's the stairs that are outside directly to the left of that, like left and above.
Oh, okay.
You would have landed right to the left of that in the grassy square, and it would have came out
like the southern right portion, like lower right area.
You would be lower left.
Oh, lower left. Okay.
And you can move like up and over, or it would have landed right at the top of the stairs. Like when it came out, that's where it's at. It's coming through the door.
Okay. Okay. Actually, I'll just go back up the house.
Okay, so you go back up the house. He looks up at you.
Am I just able to do it now? Have I become one with this building?
Basically, I'm going to say you can just do it. He just watches you go up. And you can... They don't have a lot of thought behind their mind anymore. They can talk, actually, technically. But you can tell it's thinking, God fucking damn it.
Oh.
What the hell is this thing? It takes its fire down.
To hunt down a Genji.
So it stares at you with a unbelievable amount of hate. And finally, it just drops to its knees and falls over a smoldering pile.
Is that the one that was on fire?
Yeah.
Fuck you. Oh, I don't feel very well. That's a lot of blood.
And then it occurs to you there's still another one in the house somewhere.
Why is there no gods?
Because Strahd banned him from Barovia.
Strahd's a dick. So I really need Lyra right now. Or whoever the god of luck is.
Right. So this one, it was heading down. Now it's heading back up. Can't quite make it into the room yet. So what do you want to do, Millie?
Looks like on each other.
It's gonna keep following me.
Yeah.
I can't really run away from the house, even though Millie kind of wants to. What do I even have left? I have candles. I have a bell. Do I have time to hammer in 2 more of my pitons and tie string to them so if the revenant comes out of the same area and starts walking forward, he might trip on the string?
I'm gonna say with your fast hands plus you being a rogue, you could hastily do it.
Alrighty. Yeah, try and set that up so I have the chance of them not coming after me for a couple more rounds. Because Millie's tired. Millie is very tired.
Millie needs health potions.
Yeah, that would have been good.
Okay. So you quickly hammer these in and you back up, and I'm guessing you're setting up with your crossbow just in case.
Crossbow at the edge so I can go right back down the side and vomit and then maybe move towards the woods this time. Millie doesn't know.
So where exactly are you setting up your tripwire?
Well, she had the one piton that she already had on the edge to go down near there. So she's going to set one across from there to the right next to where the what do you call it? Window opens up, so it would go across the length of the window.
That way when
And another one to essentially make a triangle. So even if it gets over the first one, maybe it continues to trip over what's just essentially a small chunk of net.
Okay. So as it climbs out, I'm guessing you're like standing off to the side because it has to climb out to actually trip over the rope. So as it climbs out,
As far away across the roof as I can be.
you can take a pot shot and try to distract it if you want. And then I can impose disadvantage.
Damn, not bad. 18.
Yeah, that hits.
10 damage.
10?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see if it's smart enough to see the rope. At disadvantage. Natural 1. So it doesn't even notice and it just trips and it falls to its like flat on its face and slides sideways off of the building.
That was kind of the hope.
Okay, so that's 7 points of bludgeoning damage. What is it with 7s today?
Lucky number.
I'll take every 7 I can get.
Right. as it just falls straight to the ground. It hits the ground. You see like a branch from a bush below stick through its chest, and it just stands up with the branch. It's walking around with that branch through its chest now.
No.
No, it does not take piercing damage from it. All right, so now you got a little bit of time to breathe. You got 2 rounds before it gets back up here and it tries this all over again. But now it knows the trap is there.
Yeah. I want to climb down through the window. What do I got? No, that won't work. Okay, I have an idea. The further away piton across the wall, so it'd be down the wall a little bit from the window.
Mm-hmm.
Can I untie my rope from the other side, tie myself to that side, and hang down from that so when it comes out of the window, I can try and just shoot it in the side of the head? Maybe get it to back off or fall again. And then when it climbs up and starts coming after me, just cut the rope and climb down.
Sure, make a dexterity check.
I'm so sorry, guys. I don't mean to try and Looney Tunes these things to death, but I cannot do a lot of damage without sneak attack.
Fine. This is all we have.
And I'm sorry for dragging this out so long. I know.
7,
oh yeah, you all these rounds and you shot.
13.
13.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just straight dexterity. 11. Sorry, just for straight dexterity, it's 11.
So I was going to tell you the DC is 12. With a 13, you would have made it. But no, it's straight dexterity. So as you're sliding down, you kind of you're not used to tying yourself to a rope. You're used to climbing up and down. So you slide right out of it. After you get 15 feet down, you feel relaxed, and you kind of slouch a little bit, and you slip right out of it.
Oh, fuck.
You're going to take a D6 of damage.
Oh, damn.
3 points of bludgeoning damage as you fall and knock the wind out of yourself.
Right. It's okay. I got 4 health left, guys. Same as my initiative score.
So what happens if everyone's down? Is the game over?
That would be TPK, yes. This is getting grim.
Next time, can we just roll for assess at a point by?
Oh, I wasn't even reading that. Millie's not that smart, so I don't think she was ever going to figure out the skull.
Okay. Well, you're flat on your back. It, by the end of all that, is to the room. So it has to turn around and start heading back down. So you got 2 rounds. 15 feet of your movement is to get back up because you're not prone when you hit the ground. Still with 40.
So tired.
Huh?
Millie is so tired. She's covered in mud and dust and blood.
Don't worry, she's just got to deal with spiders
Does
after
being
this.
paralyzed count as a rest?
No.
All right, she wants to see if she can set another string trap at the door where it'll be coming out.
How many pitons do you have?
I had 10 total, and I've used 3.
How many feet of rope did you have?
I had 100 feet of rope total because I had 50, and then I picked up another 50.
You're
And
down.
then I had 10 feet of string.
Okay. We'll say for each string trap, you're using up 10 feet of rope. That sounds like a reasonable.
Okay.
amount. So yeah, you could use some more of your rope.
Yeah.
And set up
Try
one of
and set that up.
just at the door here on the ground.
Like kind of just fall and roll down the stairs a little bit.
Oh my god.
And then she'll start. She was there to get the advantage while he was prone to get fucking sneak attack, but she doesn't want to be close to those things. She'll start going back up the goddamn building.
Yeah, I mean, if it's prone, you do get your sneak attack damage as well.
I just don't know if Millie can reliably get it to phone at the end of its turn, get over to it, stab it, get away from it, and be far enough away to not die the next turn.
Well, your crossbow is a dexterity-based weapon. You would still get your sneak attack damage with it.
Yeah, but I'd have disadvantage because they're prone.
Really?
And you can't sneak attack when you have disadvantage. Yeah, ranged attacks are a disadvantage when prone.
So from where you landed, it would be roughly 35 feet to get to it, stab it, and then come back if it falls. So if it rolled down a stair and off the side, kind of. So it'll actually only be about 15 feet to get to it if your trap works.
Yeah, I'll stay far enough away that it can't get to me, but if it falls down, I can get to it, stab it, and try and run away a bit. Like 10 feet away from where it would be able to reach me, essentially, if it doesn't fall.
Right. Okay, so yeah, the seconds pass, but they feel like hours as you're waiting and praying that this trap works. As it has before a few times, actually.
Don't fix what ain't broke. Also, I only have so much on me.
I'm gonna roll an intelligence check to see if it falls for this. Yet another. Would be a fairly more obvious check with it being more open. So that's a dirty 20. I'm gonna say
probably doesn't fall for it then.
it sees it and steps over and starts walking down the stairs and like hops off the side. And it's just like if you look at the map, there's like the steps. They kind of turn to the right there. It'd be in the little grassy triangle part.
Am I close to any trees?
You're close to gravestones.
That doesn't help me. Millie doesn't have Arcana, Religion, or Nature. Otherwise, I'd let her even give a fucking attempt for that skull.
By the way, just to establish this, it had to step over its partner's burning body when it came out of the door.
Oh, that makes me feel better. Millie will die laughing if that's the case.
Okay. So it's your turn, Millie. What do you want to do? What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do when the revenants come for you?
Climb, climb, climb.
Millie, sweet berry. Do this. How do you think get the rhythm right?
Defense.
Defense?
Still, is that not a fence anymore?
That is a wrought iron fence, and yes, it is still a fence.
All right, yeah. So shoot it and hop over the fence.
Okay.
Move as far away as I can.
Roll to hit it.
Okay, 12, 6 is 18.
That hits it.
9 damage.
9. Almost dead. Not looking well. As you landed a pretty critical blow. But now it's through the fence and it's running full speed at you and like slams against the fence, reaching its blade out towards you, and it like comes dangerously close to like your eyeball.
That's not very nice.
Like the fence bows a little bit and then flexes back.
So from the other side of the fence, how far to like
The woods?
once again the question begs, trees would I be?
What's that?
Because my idea is Millie can get really high up in a tree to where the branches are thin. Maybe it tries to come up after and just falls again.
Well, the trees are a good distance away.
Damn it.
like at least 100, 120 feet away. Oh no, are you frozen?
No, I'm paralyzed.
I think Mikhail just lost signal. If you can hear us, you have So guys, anything cool going on this week?
Moving to Colorado.
Ooh, Colorado, that's exciting.
Yeah, fun.
I'm back at college now.
That's fun. So you guys having fun? Sorry. I genuinely didn't think it would take this long.
It's all good.
Mikhail's internet died.
We're all dead.
So, Stony. To move this along a little bit further, waiting on him. You somehow, by the grace of a god that doesn't exist in this place, wake up to a piercing feeling. And it feels a lot like a shot. You know, you feel that pierce and then something injects. Or no, it wouldn't be injected because you're already out.
Sucking.
But you feel a piercing and a sucking sound. And it's a sucking feeling.
No, spiders do.
But you're awake and it's completely dark. And just where you see, like in your side, you can see light. And for all sakes and purposes, you are awake with 1 hit point.
No,
That's
spiders
not
actually.
gonna go well.
You know how spiders actually eat? They actually regurgitate dissolving enzymes and suck them back up.
Yeah, I know.
It's disgusting and interesting.
So yeah, you would feel the injection, not the sucking.
So this
All right.
was slowly melting you.
Stony, like all good wizards, pulls out his dagger.
Rip the things off.
And he's going to try and cut through the holes in the webbing, possibly cutting through the thing that's fighting him.
Roll an attack roll. See if you get lucky.
No, I don't. I get the opposite of lucky.
You got a critical fail, didn't you?
I did.
So as you're pulling the dagger out, you're not used to having this. You nick your leg as you're coming up, and you feel the blood. You don't take a point of damage, but you feel it. And as it senses the movement inside the web, whatever's in here, whatever's outside of wherever you're in, lets out a loud hissing sound and backs up. You can hear hissing and shuffling, and you hear what sounds like trying to think of a good sound to reference it to, but it sounds like
Snake?
clacking on tiles,
On the rooftop, click, click, click.
like on stone.
Come down and kill me. It's on Saint.
Like a dog walking across tiles, but more legs.
Yeah. Yes, thank you. That would be an accurate summation.
Stoney's just trying to get out of whatever he's in.
You could roll an intelligence check to see if you can figure out what you're in. It is really dark,
It's soft.
but there's 2 little beads of light shining through.
Any specific kind of intelligence check or just a straight one?
Just a straight intelligence check.
14.
You can tell this is some kind of webbing from a spider. And judging by the fact that it wrapped you up, even though you are a small person, it has to be a giant spider.
All right. So, as I said, he's going to try and use his dagger and like cut through the side of it with the sidearm he has.
Yeah, without trying to attack anything, you cut through it and you tear it open. You open a hole and you see fangs in front of you. All you see is fangs and hair and 8 giant eyes staring at you, and it begins moving towards you. Doesn't attack, but it moves towards you with its mouth wide open. You have like a millisecond to do something.
I have a millisecond to do something?
Or you have like half a second to do something.
All
Just
right.
full reaction.
I have a feeling his gut reaction would be point the gauntlet at it and shoot whatever was selected. I believe it was fire.
It was fire. Yeah.
So that's a firebolt.
Hello?
That's
Hey,
gonna
you know.
hit.
Hey, the savior's back.
You shoot fireball at the spider.
Not fireball, firebolt.
Firebolts.
Firebolt's the next level.
Very different spells.
Oh. He woke up? Good.
And that's gonna deal 10 fire damage to it.
Did you roll the hit though?
I did. I rolled a 17 on the die.
Oh yeah, that for
Now
sure.
my fucking internet turns back on. I'm gonna fucking scream at these people next week.
So 10 fire damage.
Yes.
It lets out a hissing scream.
As he shrieks.
Backs up, and like the spots that are still like the fireball or firebolt. Just with the spider land on the ground, and you can see like fire on the roof, and it starts backing up, like it's afraid of the fire.
Yeah. Run away, Stony says as he begins to run away. Or go away as quickly as he can.
That's making a very bright light on my screen.
No, my bad.
But Millie, with your intense perception, what you think is the delusions of your life fading pretty quickly, you could swear you hear Stony say something after a loud hissing sound. But
That means there's a chance he coughs out blood.
okay, Stony.
Was doing really good. Took 0 damage all campaign.
And then the Revenant backs up and he tries to slam against the fence, and it bows down a little farther than it did the first time.
Back up to about max range for the crossbow. Fucking start just firing.
Okay, well, it's the spider's
Every round it doesn't get through, I want to fire on it.
Okay, it's the spider's turn first, though. And the spider's going to try to web you, Stony. It's going to try to put you. Does an 8 hit you?
An 8 does not hit me.
So, disturbed by the fire that's now in several places around, it turns around and shoots the web and just kind of starts skittering away as it does so. And with that, now it's Millie's turn. So go ahead and take your shot.
So yeah, back up to max range that I can back up at that point and shoot at it.
Go
Play
for
the bonus action dash for it. Dirty 20.
it. Definitely hits.
Max damage, so 12.
So close to being dead, it's not even funny. And Stony, it's your turn. The spider seems to be skittering away.
All right.
If you look around, you see that you are, in fact, on a rooftop with stone tiles. You can hear the Revenant snarling off in the distance, and you hear the bang of something loud against metal. And then you hear...
Stony is going to go towards that sound on the rooftop.
Okay, you're just ignoring the spider?
Yeah, it's going away. It's not going to hurt me anymore. Probably.
So, keeping a weary eye open and watching it,
Yeah.
you creep across the stone steps, and you see there's like posts, like spikes hammered into the wall, into the ceiling, all over, or into the roof in several spots with ropes like hanging down on one side and ropes in like a triangle shape, out right outside a window, and you're like, what is happening? And you look down and you can see one of the creatures that initially knocked you out is banging against the fence, trying to reach something very small in distance that you take to be Millie.
Hey, dead smelly guy!
Fireball.
Completely ignores you.
Tony, I'm almost dead.
And he's going to try and fire a firebolt
At the Revenant?
at the Revenant.
Roll the hit. What's the range? It's like 120 feet, ain't it?
Yes.
Yeah, firebolt's 120.
Go for it.
Oh no.
What'd you get?
Not enough to hit. It is less than 10 altogether.
So, you're exhausted, and you just kind of shoot, but you kind of have double vision, and you're like, yeah, I hit. Wait, no. Why doesn't it hurt? As the fireball hits the spot.
Exhausted.
Actually, I lie. It was exactly 10.
Still doesn't hit. Sorry.
Yeah. I figured.
And then takes to the Revenant's turn.
I'm just glad I didn't accidentally hit Millie.
The gate or the fence is almost all the way down. It's bowed in spots, but it doesn't spring back up. It stays down, and the Revenant's starting to crawl across the Millie. You're feeling next round it will be over that fence and after you again.
Alrighty. Millie's accepted this. Millie's getting ready to shoot and run, shoot and run.
Well, do your thing.
Shoot and run, shoot, then run.
The roof now. So you
Eight
might,
plus, 8 plus 6 is 14.
that hits.
4 plus 4 is 8.
Good job.
Is it finally dead?
It's so close. It's not even funny. Put it this way: it's in the teens.
It's had more health than me for so long.
It was 13 or higher. It starts at 19.
You put a lot of work in this, Millie.
I home alone all the evidence. Like Macaulay Culkin is a CR5 monster minimum. At least if he's in his lair.
Stone, you suddenly hear a fast-moving clicking sound. As you see, and you turn back around, and you see the spider coming towards you. It doesn't quite make it to you, but you have a feeling in a minute he's going to try to bite you again. But it's Millie's turn.
Hey, stop it. Stop that. Bad spider.
It's my turn again already?
Yeah, I think I went in the wrong initiative order for a minute there. I put Stoney in front of you.
Oh, okay.
Just for the narrative's sake, I guess.
Natural 20.
To hit him? That hits. And that's what did we say it was? A full damage die plus a roll?
So 8 plus 5 is 13, plus 4 is 19.
Final, as it's crawling across the gate, and you're accepting your fate.
8 total, not 19. 18, sorry.
So it's crawling across the gate, and you're finally accepting your fate, and you just reach it up, take one shot with your eyes closed and looking away, just praying that something happens. It sinks straight through its eye, and it just drops flat, body lying on the fence. Stoney, it's your turn. Spider's lunging
down for a second.
How high up is the roof?
30 feet.
Is there anything else in the area?
There's a rope coming down from the roof.
You could dive for the rope from where you're standing. Try to slide down it.
Like that roof is, that roof is a hellhole. I have turned that into a child's war zone.
So, Stoney is going to pull out his little disc.
It's a floating disc, huh?
He's going to hit the button and bounce it off of the fence so that it's floating 5 feet Not 5 feet. Yeah, 5 feet away from the roof, and then he's going to attempt to jump onto it.
Off the fence.
I don't want to see. I want to see Captain
Like
America.
the metal rods that were sticking out of it, the roof.
Oh, okay. So you bounce it off so it floats about 5 feet out, and then you jump on it.
That's what I'm going to try to do.
Okay. I'll say you'd be able to do it. It's only well, you're really small. 5 feet is kind of a gap for you.
Longer than I am tall.
Jump your strength as long as you have a running start.
I'm gonna say you're able to do it, and you're kind of floating, but you're on Tensor's floating disc, 30 feet in the air, and when it stops, you're just kind of stranded. But the spider lands at the edge of the roof, and it's looking at you, and it looks like it's getting ready to shoot its web at you again. But you've used a spell, so you can't go again this round, can you?
All right. Yeah, that's it.
All right. Well, you're
going to go like this.
You're a distance away, so it's going to shoot its web at you again. I love that I'm switching between a monster with CR5 and CR1.
Oh my god, the CR5 monsters are dead.
That's a natural 1. It kind of shoots its web all over itself. It seems like it's severely injured from your firebolt.
That's what I thought.
Millie, it's your turn. As you're lying on the ground, breathing, you see a spider menacingly, kind of like it has its forelegs reached out like it's trying to attack Stony, who you just realized is still alive by some miracle of those gods you previously said don't exist.
All right, I want to move into. Am I able to move within range?
What's the range on a crossbow?
100, I think. For a light crossbow. 80.
I'd say you'd be able to move into just the bare edges of room to be able to shoot your crossbow at it.
Without disadvantage?
Without disadvantage, yeah.
All right, cool. I want a bonus action hide on my way using hopefully just the shadows of the eternal twilight and the distance to hide me.
Say it's a pretty open field outside of the gate.
Yeah, but it's it's always dark.
That's true.
And it's a long distance.
You could like pull your cloak over you and try to pretend to be a rock, like in Lord of the Rings.
Essentially, Lord of the Rings, Ranger's Apprentice, that shit. If you've ever read those books.
I have not. I've only seen the movie. But you can take your shot.
Filthy casual.
All right. 14.
Okay, roll damage.
I get my sneak attack. I get my sneak attack. I get my sneak attack. 18 damage.
Oh, Jesus Christ. So, Stoney, from your vantage point, tongue out and everything, a bolt comes whizzing through and pierces the spider, and like its brains and guts and stuff explode and like land on your face while your tongue's out still.
Hey, come my mouth.
Millie's crossbow is like pointing through the fence. She's on her stomach to fit it through there. Just
where's Jester?
Missing. I forgot about Jester this whole time again, and we talked about him on the way here.
He could be helping.
It's sad that it took me. I was thinking of Tiefling Cleric for a while there when you said, "Where's Jester?"
Same. I was just like, "What the fuck does Jester have to do with anything?"
He could be helping us.
The Traveler can't do anything here.
Who knows? Maybe that's the god that woke Stony back up. You don't know.
Well, if I'm right, and he's the person from the first campaign that I think he is. The Traveler's actually an Archfey.
Oh.
And there's a lot of things that make sense about it. It's one of the reasons I want you to watch the first campaign. So it might be one of the few things where that campaign is connected to this one.
Join us after this video as Mikhail and I theory craft of Critical Role.
You know what? Those videos get watches.
We might have to do that sometime, actually.
Oh man, you should see this stuff.
We could probably get a roundtable going about it too.
So if we're out of combat, I'll start crawling my way towards Stony.
Stony, you're kind of floating on Tensor's disc,
Yes.
and you did not say you took a rope with you, so you're just kind of stuck in the air, 30 feet in the air, until the disc wears off.
Well, Tensor's floating disc is thankfully a 10-foot long disc, so I can get a running start to leap back onto the roof.
Yeah. So as you do it, you leap and you like push right off the edge, and Millie, you can see like the Tensor's floating disc fly like 15 feet back as he flies onto the roof.
Nice jump.
You land with a thud.
Really glad you didn't fall and die. It would have been super anticlimactic.
That'd be unfortunate.
Then he presses some gauntlets on his button. Yes, that is definitely what I meant to say.
You should bring me the rope from the other side.
And a potion.
And the Tensor's disc starts floating back towards him, and he pushes the button on it to make it shrink back into its normal size, and he puts it in his pocket.
Okay. So yeah, essentially you guys are out of combat for now.
Back up the wall.
This time you don't do it so quickly.
I feel like time is still of the essence to find the others.
What's
So
that?
Millie does feel like time is still of the essence to find the others, so she doesn't want to go run all the way around the house up the stairs for like 3 rounds.
Right.
So yeah, back up that wall.
Stoney's gonna climb down the rope.
I'm still conscious. I'm gonna feel it when they bite into me.
Yeah, you're gonna feel every bit of it. Hold on here. I'm trying to look for. There it is.
I'll be surprised they try to bite Dovin. That might get sickness.
Right. Roll for disease.
He doesn't wash.
Okay.
It's so much
That'd be
bacteria.
great.
They get food poisoning.
Just instantly have projectile diarrhea.
Projectile web diarrhea.
So as you finally you crest the like, ledge of the roof and you plop down next to Stony, who's probably laying there as well. Connor's currently distracted, but
Sorry, I hear the noise coming from the roof, and we're on the top floor, so it's not the neighbors.
oh, that's exciting.
You're just getting robbed.
It's not that time of year yet. Tell Santa to go away.
Here comes Santa Claus. Here comes Santa Claus.
Here to take your shit.
He's gonna rob you. He's gonna rob you.
Because he's good, old Saint Nick.
Okay, so yeah, you get to the top, get to the roof. You lie down, probably next to Stony, who's also probably lying down after all this event.
I feel about like dying right now. Am I allowed to die yet?
I seem to be good at not dying.
I'm barely making it. On the bright side, all those scary skeleton things, I killed them. They're dead. They're gone.
Well, that's good. Let's never go near them again.
Agreed.
You can't
Let's
make it.
go find the others.
Yeah, that'd probably be a good idea.
The two tiny people just kind of lean and limp against each other.
Are you going in the window of the room where you left the skull?
Yeah, that's where I'd lead them because I feel like I can get my bearings there and hopefully stealth Rambo towards the others.
Okay. So you guys climb through the window, and Stony, when you climb through the window, there's a skull with like some fire on the floor and char marks on the side of the door, right underneath it. But there's a skull tied to the ceiling.
Well, that's a weird
That's
thing.
important. You should grab it.
Is it close enough for Stony to grab?
Well, Millie got it up there, so I'll say yes.
Okay, so Stony's gonna grab it.
There's probably a table that I pushed, like a little bedside table looking thing that I pushed next to it.
Tony's gonna make it easier on himself, and he's gonna press a button on his gauntlet, and the hand and the palm part of his gauntlet is gonna pop off as he casts Mage Hand for it to go up and grab it.
Okay.
And
Alrighty.
Down to him.
So I'm guessing the others are with the other spiders.
Probably.
Okay, I'd much rather try and sneak them out than try and get in another fight, because I feel like a swift wind or a kitten could kill me right now.
I'll try not to fart.
Is it possible to meditate while my paralysis?
Just stay a bit back during the infiltration. Like, maybe within viewing distance of me, but not necessarily hearing distance of me.
I will stay very far back.
And also point me in the right direction, because you seem to have escaped.
So, as you walk through the door with your bearings, knowing that walking through this door, you're facing the front of the house, and the crumbled part of the house where the ballroom full of spiders was is to your left. And you look down there, and you got doors immediately to your left again if you turn that way. And when you walk forward, you can look through those doors.
Yeah, that's right. I did see the ballroom full of spiders.
You see Dovin there on the balcony, wrapped up in spider's web.
All right, so first things first, Millie is going to try and sneak up to that and just slit Dovin out with one of her daggers.
Yeah, there doesn't seem to be any spiders in the chapel area on the balcony, so you can just cut it open, and Dovin's in there. He's turning kind of pale, but you're pretty sure he's not dead.
All right, she pokes her dagger into the small, soft part of his cheek, to try and wake him up, because, there's not, like, a lot of nerves there, so it won't necessarily hurt. It'll, like, itch.
You see, like, a little bit of blood drip down.
Nothing. Motherfucker, you useless green bastard.
But you can, like, do the trick where you hold the dagger under his nose and you see it, like, fog up for a second. You see he's still breathing and alive.
And I was hoping to make him cogent enough to help get the other out. All right.
I swear to God, I can take this spider.
I'll wave Stony over, so we can work together to try and drag him, now that he's been extricated, back to the room with the skull and all that.
Okay.
Essentially make this my base for the moment.
Gotcha.
Hey, Millie. Doesn't Dovin always have
I need help dragging him. I need help dragging Dovin. He's fucking huge.
Dovin always has rum on him.
Doesn't Dovin always have wine on him?
Dovin always has wine on him, but he drank it all a while ago. That's why he was licking the floor.
I forgot about that, but yeah.
Very valid point.
Shoot, I was going to use that to wake him up. All right, yeah, let's do it.
Say what?
Yeah, I was going to use that to wake him up. All right, let's do it.
Oh, that would have been really good, yeah. All right, so yeah, we attempt to drag the giant green monster back to Heidi Hole 1.
I'm going to say it takes a lot of effort. You don't have to roll a strength check, but between the two of you, you can slowly, like two small children carry their dad into the other room.
I feel like we actually take some of my rope and just tie it to his hands and just kind of over our shoulders.
Limping and bleeding out all at the same time, carrying Dovin back to a different room.
I probably have Mage Hand helping too.
Just that extra 5 pounds.
Pounds it can pull.
Or 10 pounds, yeah.
Yeah.
Just abandon me.
Just kind of pulling his shirt.
It takes like 5 minutes, but you finally get Dovin to the room. It's not that far.
All right.
I left Dovin behind.
Next, we find the scary-looking motherfucker.
No, the spiders. They took me and left Dovin.
Yeah.
I'm not going to make this.
There was only one spider. So.
If they're like normal spiders, they tend not to eat right after they capture their prey. They string it up for later.
I mean, they were eating you pretty quickly, Stony. Yeah, one was eating you pretty quickly. You have a feeling these things are very, very hungry.
I don't think
we should
All
probably
right.
soon.
Stealth mission back towards Scary Ignore.
You're gonna stealth back to the ballroom. Are you going the upstairs or the downstairs?
If Stoney's able to show me the upstairs, we're out the upstairs.
So okay, yeah, you can see like the door to what used to be the balcony in the ballroom, and you kind of slowly creak them open. You look through, and you don't see any spiders in the room, but in the middle of the web, in the middle of the room, you do see a large mass bound in web. But the only there is across the web.
If it comes up to the point where it matters, it's an 18 for the stealth roll.
Like I said, you'd have to cross the web to get to it. I mean, it's a really high stealth roll. So, as far as you know, you can cross across the web without being noticed because you don't see any of the spiders in here at the moment.
That's the goal. Hopefully, Stoney's behind me, just got his finger on fire, ready to shoot somebody.
Not his finger. He has the nozzle on the right thing. He's ready to press buttons.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I couldn't remember what part of the glove it came out of.
So you're kind of like knee crawling, hand over hand across a piece of the web to get to the Kraven. And when you get to him, you're able to like cut the shit off his face, and he doesn't look pale, but through the mat, well, you can't see because he's wearing the mask. You see the eyes kind of just flinch a little bit, hinting at a sign of life.
Try and cut the rest of the way out and just smack him awake.
You smack him, but it doesn't wake him up.
Damn it. Can you do that disc thing again?
And he's going to pull the disc out, going to press the button, he's going to toss it in.
Why did that for Doan? Why did it just put Doan on disc?
That's a good point.
Because Doan wasn't on top of a bunch of webs that might set the spiders off.
So you send the disc over?
Yep.
You kind of, as you cut, you can kind of cut around Kevin as he flops over onto the disc. You can kind of push it back to him.
I'm just staring at him like...
No, you're staring at the disc. You're face down. And he floats over to you.
Try and roll him and sneak him back across through the air.
So you get barely to the balcony, and your foot finally slips a little bit, and you feel the thwing, and then you can hear the hissing sounds from spiders.
Motherfucker.
Run, 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 run.
Thank God he's on the disc. Run and push the disc.
And this is where that stealth roll comes into play. So you're pushing him on the disc, and you start into the room, and oh wait, there's no door. Shit.
The disc.
You could. Can you set?
I'm telling him to run.
Can you set the roll him off and set the disc up to block the door, or does it stay horizontal?
It is hovering, so it should alter it.
I don't think there's a rule on that actually.
Set the disc and use my movable rod to lock it in place.
Yeah, it doesn't have a thing for that. Doesn't say.
I think the disc is just like, because it's floating, you can push it like it's not really there. So I think you could put it in front of the door, but it would essentially just cover the door. It wouldn't actually like provide any resistance.
Movable rod.
Well, that's exactly what we're doing here. Is yeah,
He's already in the room.
You would know about Kevin's movable rod, so you can put it up. You grab the movable rod, you stick it, you press the button, and now nothing can get past it.
Now let's say I can make a DC 30 or higher check.
20 or 30? Yeah, 30. 30.
But
30.
Again,
I don't think spiders can get 30.
But again, this is where your stealth check comes in, and with all that, the spiders can't find you.
Now it's time to take a
But you can hear them creeping through the house now.
All right, we wait for a minute. Hopefully they don't find where we hid Dovin.
How long do you want to wait?
Just until I can't hear the spiders anymore.
It's gonna take a while. They're hunting because you stole all their food at this point.
Wait, are we all in the same room?
Yeah.
Even Dovin?
Oh, are we all in the same room? Okay, cool.
We can take a long rest. No, they can't.
I think we should take at least a short rest.
Okay.
I don't think we have time for a long rest, but if we can try and rest for an hour.
It's up to you guys.
Short rest would be appreciated.
You could also like stick stuff in front of the window so nothing can come in the window as well.
Like a short rest, we can get everybody up and out of the house at least.
Mike was just
We'll
staring at you.
take a long rest somewhere that we hope is safer.
Stony is gonna pop the front of the gauntlet back off, and it's just gonna float over to the window.
Well, how long does Spencer's floating disc last?
An hour.
An hour. So you could stay there for the first hour and then it goes away.
And an hour is a short rest.
Yeah.
How many hit
So,
that?
yeah, I think that basically decides it for us.
Your level hit die.
So 48.
And you can use as many as you want, but you only recover half of them over a long rest. So it'll take, if you use 3 or more, it'll take two nights rest to get them all back.
All right.
Or we just, as soon as the disc.
So yeah, you can take a short rest before the disc goes away.
And you add your con mod to each dice you roll. Like, don't forget that.
Okay. So.
So all of you can roll your hit die.
Yeah, I'm at 1 HP, so.
10 plus.
What? Dovin gets to get up?
Yeah.
Plus two,
Yay!
5.
You know what? I'm
Told
using.
me with the hangover.
So just before your disc goes away, Stony, both Kevin and Dovin just kind of pop up almost simultaneously, like just sit up, gasping for air.
Hey guys, how you
So I
doing?
used all of mine, and I'm up to 25.
You guys sit up, and Millie's probably like sprawled out on
Oh, wait, 29. I forgot about the 4 I already had. So I'm only 3 away from back to full.
All right.
Hey guys, how you doing?
Oh, you're alive. That's a plus.
Oh, what the hell happened? We're still in the house?
I killed everything for you. That's what happened, Dovin. I thought that was your job.
Sometimes I gotta make you prove your worth.
I lit a spider on fire.
I don't think I gain any key points, do I?
You gain key points with the short rest, Mikhail?
Yep,
How many?
all of them.
Huh? Full?
You gain all your key points back at a short rest.
All right.
Oh, sweet.
Just
Okay.
like fighters, their short rest class. Fighters, monks, warlocks. They're the big short rest ones.
Okay, guys, I got full health. I got all my key points back. We're good.
Speaking of that, I am gonna do second wind real quick and just heal up some more.
I believe second one you have to do in combat.
Do you?
It doesn't
Just says,
say that, I don't
It
think.
doesn't say that. It just says.
It doesn't say that?
It says bonus action.
yeah, it's just a bonus action.
All right.
I can look it up real quick. I'm on it.
If you want me to, I could smack him. Do that grand 1 point of damage.
It's 1 plus your strength modifier, actually.
Yeah, it's 1d10
1
plus.
point of damage.
Okay, cool. So
Yeah,
am I good to do that? All it says is on your turn, so I don't know if that would count in
So yeah,
combat or out of combat.
you can use second one to gain more.
I
Sweet.
get irrational fear of spiders.
I've always just kind of looked at it as an extra hit die that fighters have to make them a little tougher.
Gotcha.
Wait, he's a fighter. Is he playing
Cover
champ?
on a short rest, though. That's the cool thing about second wind.
Wait, which route did you go for fighter?
I don't know.
Jared's a champion.
Champion.
Oh, so he doesn't get the command die?
No. So Dovin wants to go kill spiders. He's tired of being knocked out and will not take any shit from spiders.
Kevin's going to join. Kevin is in rage.
If you really want to kill the spiders, I'll help. I'll let you know.
There it is.
This hour was nice and all,
There
but I
is.
spent a good 20
One
minutes
spider left.
sprinting up and down the walls of this house. I'm very tired.
For once, Millie, I'll allow you to ride on my shoulder. the whole time.
Don't
No,
be.
I'm still gonna sneak, but I have to sneak behind you so I can kill the spiders for you, Dovin.
Stony, upon my back. Use your magic to protect my 6.
I will get on your back.
Game.
All right, let's go spider hunting. One at a time if we can manage it.
Spider hunting. This is Spider Massacre. What are you talking about? This is revenge.
So that's what we're gonna call this week's this session. Make sure you join in the next session, which will be titled Spider Hunt.
Sweet.
Oh, this turned around so much.
Out of curiosity, once you close the session up, I'll wait for you to end the stream.
Okay. So, until then, don't forget to check out Connor's channel, Versatile Diecaster. You got anything exciting? You got anything exciting going on there?
Nachos.
There'll be things
Connor,
coming
do
there
exciting
soon.
things.
There'll be things coming to the thing soon.
Sweet.
You'll see 'em.
And again, don't forget, August 31st, that's this Friday, we'll have Geeks Talk with Dice on Ice talking about Cryfall, which will be exciting. And then the following Thursday, Connor will be joining me to join me in Geeks Talk as well.
About
So-
something that is really cool that I didn't make.
It'll be fun. It'll be exciting. Again, as always, check out the Absolute Tabletop official RPG group on Facebook. I'll put links to both Connor's channel and the RPG group, our AbTab group, in the description below. Until then, see you next time.